Storm Tracker meteorologist Jeff Banson on a busy day here in the Weather Center. Tiffany and I joked last week that I was going to bring, all the weather with me here to southern New England. I didn't think it would be this quickly, nor would it be this messy. It is raining out there right now. This is something we talked about just a little while ago here in the Weather Center. You've got a day of all rain across southern New England. And then the winds get going tonight. So you've got a saturated ground, loosening a lot of the soil. A lot of trees could wind up coming down where we get those, 50, 60 mile an hour gusts. I think they're mostly confined to the Cape, but I can't rule out some gusty winds for everybody. We'll show you those in a second. So the rain started to pick up in intensity. It was kind of drizzly and damp and dreary the morning hours and into the early afternoon. Now that rain is starting to get going. Why is that? Because the storm is starting to get going. You can kind of make it out. It's still a little bit discombobulated, but you're really going to see the intensity or intensification rather happening overnight. You're even seeing some maybe rumbles of thunder in here. That's a sign of convection. That means that the storm is really starting to get going and get its act together. You would not, again, think anything's really on the way. You think it's just a plain old rainy day. Not much in the way of winds out there right now. Watch what happens as we go through the overnight period here. We're 9 o'clock now. We're into Tuesday morning, 5 a.m. You see those winds 35, 45 miles an hour towards the Cape, getting even here into Providence, 29 miles an hour. Now, again, we talked about this at the top. Tiffany said, what's a nor'easter? Well, it's a storm that produces, a coastal storm that produces a northeast wind. And here you're seeing these northeast winds. Look at this. Provincetown, 47 miles an hour, up to Beantown, 45 miles an hour as we head into tomorrow afternoon. So that's, by the book, a nor'easter. Now, these winds, they back from the northeast to the north very quickly. And for that reason, I think we may actually get spared a little bit in the coastal flooding department. So at least some good news, a little bit of a silver lining here. But look what happens as these winds back to the north and northeast. They really start gusting across the board now. So you're not just talking about at the Cape, although you're still talking about the highest numbers at the Cape. 55 mile an hour gusts there tomorrow. This is tomorrow night now. These winds are going to be going into Wednesday morning before they ever start to relax. And again, look at all the purple coloring here indicating those 30, 40, 50 mile an hour winds. They're all the way west into the Berkshires. So it's not anybody really escaping the winds. Again, just the highest numbers are going to be towards the Cape. Here we are tonight. A lot of rain into tomorrow morning. It's all green, but you're starting to see that snow up towards Springfield and Worcester. You're starting to see that rain-snow line begin to trickle south throughout the day tomorrow. So again, tomorrow, here we are at lunchtime, you're saying, where is the snow? Well, it gets going in a hurry, and that's because our storm sort of hangs up off the Gulf of Maine, and it starts to intensify even more so. And that's why we were calling this a long duration event, 24, 36 plus hours. Here we are tomorrow evening. So the commute for the morning may be okay, not going to be okay for the evening commute. Look at those blues, the darker blues indicating some of those heavier snowfall bands and returns. They're really going to be with us through about midnight Wednesday before the storm starts to taper off. But even into Wednesday, you get some lingering rain and snow showers. Just, again, can't say it enough, a long duration event. All right, this is what everybody wants to see. How much snow am I getting at my house? 4 to 6 inches right here in Providence. So Providence County, that's why you're under that winter storm warning. You go south into Kent. You go south into Washington. You see less and less. That's because you're mixing with rain, and you're the last to see that change over to snow. So it's not going to be very much there. I would call it negligible, but still it's going to be a mess out there. So please don't, don't scoff at it. 6 to 12 inches up into central Massachusetts, and then you get those 12 inch, 1 foot plus for the highest elevations as you head further north than that. All right, tonight, 38 degrees, rain heaviest late and turning windy. Those winds tomorrow, north 20 to 30. Again, they're northeast briefly, then they go north to northeast. Northwest rather, and then they're gusting 40 to 50 miles an hour. The temperatures are starting to drop, and then we get that change over to snow. Precip tapers Wednesday, still windy into Thursday, even the winds subside. A nice day, 50 degrees. St. Patrick's Day starts nice, but we'll see the showers moving in for the afternoon and into the first part of your weekend. But 54, Tiffany, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it could be worse, right?